Hello buddy, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use the Offhand in Minecraft Bedrock edition. Now as you can see, I'm in the Minecraft Bedrock beta right now. So this is the latest version of this game, but it also works for the normal version for 1.16 as well. So in Bedrock edition we have this slot right over here. It's green highlighted. It is the Offhand slot, and in this slot you can put a couple of items yourself. And if you want to put other items in there, then you'll need to use an inventory editor. So this is unlike in Java edition where you can put any item in there, but in Bedrock edition you can only put a couple of items in there, and you might have guessed which ones those are already by my inventory. So yes, you can put a shield in there. That's of course the most logical, as the icon is also a shield. And here you see me holding a shield in my offhand and an arrow or something else in my main hand. And so you can use the shield by pressing shift. So as you can see, I'm immediately blocking. I'm not right clicking or doing anything. I'm just immediately blocking when I hold shift. So same thing when you don't hold anything in your hand. And you cannot activate the shield by right clicking like in Java edition. You have to shift to activate it. Then you can also put arrows in there. So let's put some arrows in there. And let's grab a bow and let's see what happens here. So if I load up this bow and then shoot it, it uses the arrow in my offhand. And I can show you this by, for example, putting these harming arrows in my offhand. So you can also put tipped arrows in there. That's also fine. It also works completely like normal. And now if I load this crossbow and shoot, as you can see, it's the harming arrow. So we'll always use the arrow in your offhand first before any other arrow in your inventory, which is very helpful if you want to just shoot one type of arrow. Also love this animation for the crossbow in Bedrock edition. So also, unlike in Java edition, you can't see the offhand slot here on your hotbar. You can only see it when you're inside of your inventory. And if you use the Pocket Edition UI, it will look something like this. I don't like this, but here is the offhand slot down here. Same thing, just this shield icon. There you can put your items. So let's move on to the next item, which is a firework. So you can also put fireworks in here, and if you just have an empty hand, you can't actually ignite them. So when right clicking the ground, nothing is happening. So normally if you just have some fireworks in your hand, you can right click and it activates, and there we go, very beautiful. So this isn't possible if it's in your offhand. Trying to right click, nothing is happening. But what you can do is load up a crossbow with the firework. As you can see, that also works, and now I can shoot it with the firework inside of it. So you can still use fireworks, but only with crossbows if they are in your offhand. So it's very sad that this offhand feature is so underused in Bedrock edition, because in Java edition almost everybody uses it all the time and it's very helpful, but in Bedrock edition it's a bit less, sadly. But let's move on to the next one. One of the best things to put in your offhand is of course a totem of undying. Because, for example, if we were to fall from a great height and it would normally have died, here we go. Oh no! It saves us from dying. So it gives you 40 seconds of regeneration too. It also removes all the status effects you have. And it also gives 5 seconds of absorption too, and 40 seconds of fire resistance. That's only in the Bedrock beta, the fire resistance. And as you just saw, and I'll show once more, you see this beautiful animation of the totem of undying on your screen. It also appears when you press F1, so it's still there then. And so since it's a passive item, it's very helpful to put it in your offhand, so you don't have to switch to it when you're almost about to die. And so I really recommend putting the totem of undying in your offhand. Next up, you can also put maps in your offhand, and that's only filled maps. So here are some empty maps. I tried to put them in there, but that's not possible. So here's a normal Minecraft map, and as you can see, you can put it in your offhand just like that, along with any other item. That actually shows up as a beautiful little map. So normally when you have a map in your hand like this, you have to look down on it and then you can see what's on it. So if you look forward, you can't really see what's on the map. But when you put it in your offhand, it actually displays very nicely like this. And if you combine it with another map, then both of them show up like this, which I think is very nice and is a nice view of these maps. So the only difference between these two maps is that one has a cursor on it and the other doesn't, but they both can be put in either slot. As you can see right there, I can switch them around as well. So you can also do this with both the Ocean Explorer map and the Woodland Explorer map you can get from the cartographer over here. So he can give you these Ocean Explorer maps and Woodland Explorer maps. And so we can also put these in our offhand if we want to. And that's of course very helpful if you need to find an ocean monument and just want to have room on your screen as well, and maybe a sword in your hand or something else, or want to eat at the same time as well. So it's very helpful to just put your map in your offhand that time. And so this works with the Woodland Explorer map as well. There we go. You can also put that in your offhand too. And then there's one last thing you can put in your offhand, which I think is super random. I don't really know why, but yes, you can put Nautilus shells in your offhand. Very strange, I know, but it's possible. And so this is the only thing I would recommend if you have like not enough room in your inventory, and for some reason you have Nautilus shells in your inventory, you can put them in here to store them in the offhand slot. But otherwise that's almost never a good option, because it's almost never possible. And so those are all the items you can put in your offhand by just playing the game. But if you want to put other items in your offhand, that's also possible, but you need to use an inventory editor for this. So I'm playing on Minecraft Windows 10 edition, and so for me the easiest MBT editor is the Universal Minecraft editor, which I've shown off before. Of course there will be a link to download that as well in the description. If you play on Pocket Edition, I think Block2Graph is one of the better MBT editors, but just make sure you know what you're doing with MBT editors before you do something like this, of course. And if you want to know how to do that, then I would suggest just looking up some other videos. There's lots of videos on YouTube that explain how to use an inventory editor, but I'll just go into there and show you how to change your offhand item. Okay, here we are in the Universal Minecraft editor, and if you play Windows 10 you can just go to Windows 10 right here and pick out your world, and otherwise you'll need to plug in a USB stick with your world on it. So we're playing on this world right here right now, and so if we go into here and then go to players, there will be the local player. So just click on them, and there we go, you'll see all of this. And now the one we are interested in right here is of course the offhand, so we can press that one and press this arrow as well. And right here we can see what is in the offhand currently. So that's the Nautilus shell, and there's 64 of them. So we can change this to whatever we want. Let's say we want a netherite shovel in our offhand. We can do that, of course. Make sure you press enter after you've typed it in, and of course 64. I don't think that will work. We'll see what happens. After you've done this, click the save button up here, and then it saves, and then the world has been saved. You can press OK and go back into Minecraft. Now let's see if this worked. I'm not too sure if this will work, because you put 64 netherite shovels in there, and of course you can't stack well, there we go. It worked either way. We have a netherite shovel in our offhand right now. It's very quick, so it just takes like half a minute or something. But of course it's cheating, right? It's not like you can do this in vanilla or in survival or anything like that, sadly. So let's see, here we go. Yes, we have 64 netherite shovels in our offhand right here. So it's definitely possible, but it won't be of any use, because as you can see I'm not using the shovel when I'm breaking blocks here. Even if you hold shift or something like that, I'm not using the shovel for anything. So sadly it's only for cosmetic options. So if you want to put something there that's awesome, like a beacon or something, I don't know, put something in there that makes you show off that you are very rich. Who cares? So that's how to put any other item in your offhand in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And so I hope you enjoyed this video on how to use the Minecraft Bedrock Edition offhand. And if you did, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I want to see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye!